Hello and welcome to GameSoup, Classic Analysis. We're on Sega Genesis games right now, and this episode is Brawlers. On this series, what we like to do is play old video games and analyze them and explore what makes them great and some of the things they may have fallen short on. And we hope you learned something.
Yeah, that's our hope. We're going to talk about, I guess, mechanics, design, ease of access, controls. Okay, so this is intense already.
So this is kind of the quintessential Sega Genesis brawler, Streets of Rage 2.
Now, you're a huge fan of brawlers, but I haven't played many of them, except for one that we're going to play in a little while.
Yeah, I've played almost all the brawlers, especially the older ones, but I've played most of the big brawlers that have come out, like, across time.
Across time, okay.
Yeah.
92.
That was really badly worded, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just hit 2. Let's just hit it.
So we're both going to be playing here.
Probably be on normal. So am I player 2? Yeah, I'm player 2. Alright, I'm going to be Blaze. Blaze is my favorite character in the Streets of Rage series.
I'll be Axel, I guess. I know him.
They're kind of in the middle. Axel and Blaze are kind of the in the middle characters.
So they have a lot of different stats I saw there. Clap. Is it? Okay, so let's see here. A is punch, jump. Okay. So it looks like you got 2...
Oh, we have player damage on, I think.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just leave it. So it looks like there's 2 different kinds of attack. You can just do a standard punching attack, and there's also a special move, is that right?
Yep.
Does that take your health away when you use it?
It does in this one. It always takes away your health in this one, but in the other games, well, actually in the only other game in the series, the only sequel to this one, Streets of Rage 3, there is a cooldown meter for your special attacks. Okay. So if you wait till the cooldown meter fills up, you don't lose health, but you can always use your special attack even when the cooldown meter isn't up, but it'll take your health if you have less.
That's pretty cool. So you can decide whether it's worth it to use it or not.
Right, but in this one it just takes damage. You can also press toward to do a special attack.
Oh, toward. Oh, okay, so I can do an uppercut. That's cool.
Right.
So what about the first game then? Did the first game not have special attacks?
No, it did, and it took your health to do it. So that's kind of a standard trope in classic brawler games, is that when you do your special attack, you get hurt. Because they couldn't come up with another resource, or they just didn't incorporate another resource to be taken away, like a cooldown or a magic bar or whatever.
Because now that you mention it, there is no other resource. I always thought it was strange that you lost health, but I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, they just hadn't come up with the idea, or just somehow couldn't incorporate it. I'm guessing they hadn't come up with the idea yet, though.
What about brawlers nowadays? I guess
now it's usually today, like a magic meter or some kind of another resource.
Yeah, brawlers today seem to take a lot of RPG elements,
right?
You know, and sort of apply them. So you might have like you said, a magic meter or like spell use. Whoa! I just grabbed his head. Oh no!
Oh yeah, these guys are kind of a classic trope in the Streets of Rage series. They just dash at you with a knife at their side.
Yeah.
And each character attacks in a different way with the weapons. There's different types of characters and different ways that they attack. So I think Axel and Blaze attack the same with the pipe, but different characters will attack in different ways.
Oh, that's pretty cool. What I like about this, it's slow. Like, it feels slow. But it kind of gives weight to every action. You know? Like, it feels good to smash guys because it's so slow. You really get to see that attack. There's like a little bit of a freeze frame right when you hit them.
Yeah, you feel the impact in this game. I like that the control in this game always has felt solid.
Yeah, it does. It feels very solid. Like, it kind of reminds me of earlier we were talking about Rocket Knight Adventures, where your character feels very solid and has weight.
Right.
This also has that feeling, which is nice. I guess for a brawler, that's kind of how it should feel.
Oh shoot!
Sorry. Oh no, that's all right. You can jump kick. Oh, look at his face. You don't like that. You don't like getting stabbed.
This turkey.
You don't like getting stabbed.
If you press a B and C at the same time, you throw your weapon.
Oh, that's actually useful.
Yeah.
Because I want to get rid of it.
Especially here, because you want to throw. You want to see how Axel only hits one time with the knife, but he attacks faster with it.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
And Blaze attacks twice with the knife, but it's a slower attack. Axel's kind of the faster attacker, but he has a slower movement speed. Blaze has a faster movement speed, but a slower attack.
Ah, I see.
And the other characters, Max has the slowest movement speed and the slowest attack, and Skate has the fastest movement speed and the fastest attack. So you'll have So Axel and Blaze are kind of in the middle characters. So it's a very good balance of characters in this game. All different kind of characters.
Seems like whatever kind of character you want to be, you can be pretty much.
Right.
Between those 4 different options. Oops, I didn't mean to kick you.
Yeah, we probably should have hit the options before we started.
Yeah,
it's all right.
I didn't think of that. Actually, I kind of assumed that it would be turned off.
I keep taking the apples here. Sorry.
That's all right. You were low on health.
I don't think I was there though.
Were most brawlers like this, where player damage was on, or is this kind of unusual?
About half and half. A lot of times you could turn it off. Usually you can turn it off.
So what makes this the quintessential brawler as opposed to Streets of Rage 3 or the first one?
I think just it has the tightest control. It has probably the best music. And Streets of Rage 3 felt a little bit more floaty in its controls, and it had a goofier character, a goofier side character, I guess. Like this game had Max, who was pretty cool, and then in the third one you had this guy called Dr. Zan, who was kind of like a real goofy looking character with goofy control, and nobody really liked him, I guess. And this game's kind of just set the standard.
So we have to take turns killing Electra. Yeah, design-wise, I mean, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, this and Final Fight really are the brawlers of the time, of the 90s. At least the earlier 90s. Early to mid-90s.
Dead.
Really, Final Fight was probably the first brawler to really get it right. Like Double Dragon kind of started the genre.
That was a fun game.
And Renegade, maybe you might want to include that in the category. Oh, hang on for a second. There's a little trick you can do here. If you just move the screen forward a little bit at a time, you can kill these ads before the boss comes out.
Oh, that's a good idea. Pull those ads.
All right. So we just scroll it a little bit over.
I'm gonna let you take care of this one. Oops, I'm gonna lose some health there. Oh well. Hey, are these chickens or turkeys? Chicken. Oh, cool.
Oh, shoot.
Uh-oh.
So this guy has like a throw attack. So the throwing in these old brawl games, usually you would just walk up to the enemy, and if they didn't hit you on the way up, you would grab them.
Oh.
So the basic strategy is to approach them from the side, so that you're on their plane for the lowest amount of time.
Right, okay.
So they have the least chance of hitting you before you reach them and try to throw them. This guy's really hard to throw though, because he has a throwing attack.
Oh, jeez. I wonder how that works. How do you decide who throws and who gets thrown, you know?
Oh, you need that turkey.
Oh, I sure do. I'm about to die.
So there's a floor turkey, which is kind of another
floor turkey. Hey, you did it.
Kind of another trope in brawl games. And since we were almost at the end of the level, I just used my special attack over and over again because I wasn't going to need my life.
Yeah, good point.
You get your life back at the end of every stage.
Yeah, it feels really solid.
Nice. I think we have 2 copies of the game running.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Indeed, I think we do. What do you think? Should we call it here and move on to our next game?
Sure.
So our next game here is one of my favorites. I used to play this game a lot. Ninja Turtles: The Hyperstone Heist. Let's make sure that that player damage is exactly not turned on here. Player rest.
Hey, you can give ourselves more lives. Yeah, that's good.
Let's get a few lives. All right, that sounds good. Put it on normal. We're not babies. We can handle this. I'm gonna be... I like all of them, actually. I'll be Don first, though.
Okay.
Are you usually Don first, too, or usually?
No, I'll pick Raph.
Good. Good.
I think I liked Raph in this game, if I remember right.
This is April O'Neil.
So we have a cool story intro here.
I always like that effect. That swirl effect. Oops.
I always skipped it.
I hit 8 too.
Well, you kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
We try to move through these things pretty fast, and
we don't got time for
classic analysis.
Alright, so we have 3 attacks here. We have a running attack, which is really nice. Oh man, I forgot how great this game feels. So, compared to Streets of Rage, this game has a much faster feel to it. I guess you can kind of
especially Raph. Raph's got the speed.
Yeah. And
how'd you run there?
It's the C button.
Oh, I see.
That's my favorite attack, right? God, this brings me back. So, yeah, you can run, and also you can attack out of a run to do a shoulder slam, sort of.
Yeah.
And from what I remember, each turtle has a different attack range and maybe attack power. Not sure about that.
Yeah, they are very different.
But yeah, if you play with all of them, you'll definitely notice certain differences.
So the game's incredibly fast.
Yeah.
The movement speed and the attack speed are very fast.
Also, one of my favorite parts about this game is you can hit this and it explodes. Oh, these guys are a huge pain. Also, another really cheap tactic for this game is doing jump kicks a lot is really useful. Like this.
Yeah.
Most things can't hit you when you're in the air.
And these are Ninja Turtle style jump kicks where you increase in speed as you when you do a jump kick.
Actually, you know, one of my favorite things about this game is that there are 3 different things you can do if you're in the air. If you don't press anything and you're at the height of your jump, you can just do this slap. Sometimes you do a directional, like a diagonal kick, and sometimes you do like a how do you describe that? Like a leap, like a psych. I'm actually still in the air kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know if it has. I'm sure it has a name. But there's a lot of moves you can do with just timing. You know, just timing your jump. 3 different ways get you 3 really different results.
Really good textures in this game too in the background. This is a kind of style that I really like a realistic background. Like the environment is realistic and the characters are saturated.
Nice and cartoony. Yeah, really.
Oh, you need that pizza more later.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, even the foot soldiers, they look really saturated and really good, though. You know, it's nice to have nice colorful characters so you know what's on the screen. We've had that problem before in the past where we couldn't tell what was the background and what wasn't.
Right, but
and
here,
for Brawler,
here it's pretty clear.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, Brawler's a little bit easier to tell. There's not a lot of background elements that you have to interact with that you would have to in most platformers.
Oh yeah, there's also another move set. If you do CBA, like you run and then you jump and then you run, attack, and then run, jump, and attack. You do a slide.
Run, jump, and attack. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
like in sequence. Not only that, but you can also
pretty neat.
Run and jump and do like this flip thing. God, there's so many different moves you can do in this game.
Yeah, it's pretty complex.
Yeah, it really is.
This game really, I don't know if I would say it broke ground. I think a lot of the games in this era were doing kind of similar things. So I don't want to go that far because I'm not sure about that. But it's there is a lot you can do in the game.
Yeah, it sure did add a layer of polish, to certain mechanics.
I think Turtles in Time gets a little more credit, I think, than this game. But honestly, I think this game is on par with Turtles in Time, if not better. If not better in a lot of ways.
Did that game run better, or what was it about that title specifically? Do you remember?
Maybe just variety in enemies, and it was an arcade release, and I don't think this game ever had an arcade release. I think this was Genesis only. And I think more people had a Super Nintendo. No, more people did not have a Super Nintendo. But for some reason, Turtles in Time became a more popular title and is more widely remembered than this game.
Watch out, that car's gonna get you.
I think that car's gonna come out. Yep, it's kind of a classic.
Yeah.
Kind of a trope in Brawlers, and especially in Ninja Turtles.
Solid game. Yeah, I love these controls.
I'll grab that.
You always feel in control. You can run super fast. Oh, get that. You're gonna like this.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
I love that.
It's like an invincibility.
It's so short though. Lasts 5 seconds.
Yeah, like everything in this game, pretty much. It's very short, very fast.
But the only time you're really slow is when you're, quote slow, not really, but barely. So when you're walking up and down. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, so now we're in an above ground area, so the color's gotten a little bit more saturated just because we're in sunlight. So that's a neat graphical thing going on there.
That's pretty cool. I didn't notice that.
We should have played this first. We're much more with it in this one than we were on the Streets of Rage episode.
Oh, maybe we can switch them and nobody will know. Yeah. I love this. This is the sewer level, right? The those alien-looking things.
Yeah, it's much more. It's a upbeat music.
Yeah.
Maybe. More of a. It's kind of to get you pumped up, I guess.
Yeah. So when sometimes you play games from your childhood and you realize they weren't that great.
Yeah, this is one that does. This one is remained great.
Yeah, this is one that I'm pleasantly surprised is still as much fun as it was when I was a little kid.
Yeah, I've played this one as an adult too, and I remember it being really good.
Like you have full control of your speed here. You have a huge variety of moves you can do.
Like if this game was released today, it would be very fun.
Yeah,
it can be considered very good and would probably get good reviews.
But they've tried to do this recently in past years and it never worked out. They tried to make a 3D Turtles Brawler. I think they even went back to 2D. Didn't they remake the SNES version?
I'm not sure.
I think they sort of remaked it, like half remade it.
I remember there was the one for GameCube, Xbox, and PS2 that was just called Ninja Turtles.
Right.
Awesome game. That one was actually really good. I played that one a lot.
Oh.
That one had dash cancels in it. You could dash cancel out of any attack.
Wow, that sounds cool. It's not something you see very often in Brawlers, I guess, huh? Or is it?
Sometimes.
Because I haven't played Brawlers, like recent Brawlers. Like, last thing I think I played was Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
Xbox.
we were playing that a little bit.
Yeah.
Just before we started GameSoup, actually.
L-Head. Stands for Leatherhead, right?
Yeah.
You are too
He's a
immature.
Ninja Turtles character.
You are too immature to hang with me.
Okay, good dialogue.
He belongs in Undertale, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I love this boss fight. I used to play this with my next door neighbor.
Yeah, you seem to know what to do.
Well, I'm still not very good at it.
Yeah, I remember they had it. That's where I first played it, actually. It was at your
really?
neighbor's house, yeah.
I
bought it years later.
I used to know exactly to the number how many times to hit him and then to get away. I used to have his pattern memorized.
Yeah, it's one of those things you could memorize, but you could just play it and have fun.
Yeah.
You could play it on normal or easy and just have fun.
I think it was one of those things, like I just played it so much that I couldn't help but memorize it, you know? It's so much fun.
Beaten by a bunch of teens.
Nice job. This is a lot of fun. So I think Turtles in Time in this game shared a couple of levels. I might be mistaken about that.
Yeah, there was a ship level, and there was like a pirate ship level in Turtles in Time also.
Yeah. So for some reason, I don't know why that happened, why that occurred. Instead of them just being either the same game or two completely different games. Because it's not like the Genesis or the SNES was so much more powerful that only one of them could handle, you know, whatever finished game they made. But I'm sure they could both handle this or Turtles in Time. So
what are these question mark pizzas?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Also break those blocks and jump over these things. Or else you're gonna say, "Oh, my toe, my toe, sis, my toe, sis." Ah. There we go. Oh yeah, and if you hit jump and special, or not jump, attack and jump together, you do.
We didn't mention that.
Yeah.
That if you press both, I've been doing that.
Yeah, but just like in classic Brawlers, like you said earlier, it takes your HP away.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
That's probably why I've been taking so much damage.
Yeah, takes away.
I didn't realize that, because in
yeah.
the old Ninja Turtles for NES, that didn't happen.
It takes away 2. So, oh man.
I guess they thought that the price of having to press 2 buttons at once was enough of a resource cost
I guess.
to do the best attack in the game.
But also, you're only 4 kills away from a free life, which you're gonna need because you have 0 lives left.
Yeah.
So why don't you go ahead and see if you can grab that?
Grab these kills.
Oh yeah, I'm still killing things. I like how everything explodes in a ball of flame. Are they robots?
They are robots.
They are?
Yeah. In the cartoon, they were robots, but in the comic, they were humans. And in the movie,
In the films, yeah.
in the old
That's
movies, yeah.
primarily where I remember it from. I love that attack. That's a throw similar to in Streets of Rage. You just get a little bit close to them, I guess, when you're about to finish them off.
Yeah, it's a little bit
automatically-
different. The way the feel of it is definitely different.
It's hard
Yeah,
to
you
describe
kind of have to approach them while hitting them, I think, and that's when it does it.
Oh.
I think that's how it works. But in Streets of Rage, you just have to touch it. Touch the character, you get them in a hold, and then you can decide what throw you want to do on them. So that's a little bit different. So this game's a little bit even faster in that way, in that you don't stop moving when you grab them and throw them.
Yeah.
Or I guess during the throw, but the actual grab.
Of course.
Oh yeah, if you step on those little band-aid things, those pop-ups. That's kind of a neat effect. It doesn't hurt you too badly, and it's just an extra obstacle to make things a little more interesting than just fighting the same color-swapped enemies, palette-swapped enemies over and over again.
Yeah, because it's really the enemy variety.
Yeah, the
is
enemy
only...
variety? Yeah, not very much.
No.
But the background variety and yeah, just the obstacles do change.
So let's see, there's a red guy, a blue guy, white guy. That's just 3 off the top of my head. They all have different weapons though, I noticed. So even if they look similar, at least their attack patterns are different.
Yeah, it's interesting enough. And they die so fast
Yeah,
in this
they really
game.
do.
This is one of the faster brawlers.
Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 feels like kind of sluggish by comparison. You know?
Yeah, I'd like to think that it's a little more strategic.
Yeah.
But I might be wrong.
I'm not sure that this carries as much weight with every move that Streets of Rage 2 does. It's a little bit faster,
You
but
have
I
to be
think
a little more calculated in Streets of
Yeah.
Rage, and especially on the harder difficulties in Streets of Rage. take an incredible amount of skill to play. I never beat Streets of Rage 2 on the hardest difficulty, actually. I've beaten Streets of Rage 3 on the hardest difficulty, but not 2. I'm a big fan of Streets of Rage 3, but it is considered kind of it's considered one of the weaker games in the series, probably the weakest.
That's a shame. You figure after 2 releases they'd sort of, you know, hit the nail on the head, get it real good the 3rd time. But you know, dev teams change and lots of things change. I guess I'm gonna grab.
Yeah, you grab it this time. You're probably gonna be better with it anyway because you've got more of a range.
Oh, you have a longer weapon, I guess. Yeah.
So finally, some variety in enemies.
Yeah, I forgot about these guys. Were these guys in the TV show or the comics?
I think maybe both. I don't really remember.
All right, and that's it for that part. Well, I guess actually maybe now's a good time to call it. We've been at it for quite a while.
Yeah, we can hit the next one.
So we just had a little bit of a technical difficulty trying to get this game to work. We can only get it to recognize 1 player.
We discovered the way that you start the game with 2 players is that as the game is loading through the character select screens, not through the character select, through the logos, you have to press start on the 2nd player controller.
Yeah,
which we didn't do this time.
Before you get to this screen, if this screen shows up, you can only play with 1 player.
Right, well said.
So we're gonna let it go to the demo, and then you're gonna hit start.
And then I have to hit start.
That is really...
So now I'm player 2, I hit start,
Yeah.
and now it says 2 players.
That is really messed up.
Joe is player 2.
Joe's player 2. Now, why is it like that? I have to ask. Is that in any way intuitive?
It's not.
No.
That's not a way that you want to design how you pick your character. Sorry, I took Dorothy's the best character.
Naked man or naked girl? Alright, naked girl. So, let's see here. What do we have for controls? Death Adder invaded the castle.
So A is your magic, B is your attack, and my good friend Alex was also killed in the battle.
Who's speaking here?
We're not sure.
Yeah.
Presumably you, because you're red.
I guess.
So don't waste your magic by pressing A button.
Man. Oh man. This game is considered a classic, by the way, right?
So it's a little bit of a... It was before Streets of Rage 2, for sure, and before... it might have been around the time of Streets of Rage, and it was definitely before Hyperstone Heist, so you can see how the Brawler genre changed quite a bit from here to there.
It seems to go for a slightly more realistic tone with the character. What?
You can hit this guy and get his potions.
Is that a treasure goblin?
Yeah, he's basically the original treasure goblin. Like from Diablo.
Yeah.
He drops potions, and the potions are how you do your magic. You can see at the top the magic system. The more potions you get, the better magic you can do.
Oh.
So if you fill up to level 2, see how you have a lot of level 1 potions? So you can do a lot of level 1 attacks, and if you get up to level 2, then you can do... I think it'll take all your potions to do your level 2 attack, and see how my magic gauge is much shorter.
Yeah.
So I can't really get to as high level as you.
Are those...
Your character is much better at magic.
Those aren't permanent upgrades, are they? Are they just like one-time use?
I think they're one-time use, yeah.
What's with these treasure goblins?
I think we have player damage here.
Really? Let's find out.
Yes.
I wonder if you can even turn it off. I didn't see
I
the
don't think
menu.
you can in this game.
Wow.
So
Okay.
there's a lot of these old games that have player damage. So if you're making a brawler, don't put player damage in, or at least make it an option to turn it off.
So the controls, they're really stiff. I just noticed you can run.
Yeah, if you press toward, which is kind of a classic way of running. We didn't mention that, but you can also do that in Streets of Rage.
Whoa. So they seem a little bit stiff, even stiffer than Streets of Rage 2. You know, just your normal walking speed. And the jumps are really, they don't take you very far. It's really just for vertical height, it seems like.
Yeah, and just air attacks.
Yeah.
So this game kind of has the uncanny valley effect. And that it's trying to be a little bit real. It's trying to be realistic, I think.
Yeah.
With the, like the smooth gradients on the characters.
Yeah.
And,
It's kind of clashing.
but it's not very well drawn.
No.
And there's a lot of like lines on that big guy that kind of are kind of in between. Oh, this guy steals all of our potions.
What, really?
Yeah, and then you gotta get him back.
What? So things you already collected get taken away from you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And just beat him
Grab
up.
it,
You
grab
take
this.
the potions, grab those potions.
What a
But we
jerk.
might wind up with more than we started with.
That does seem like that. Yeah.
So I think it wants you to use all your magic during each level.
Oh, okay.
Probably, so you get less stolen at the end. It's kind of a crappy way to do it. Kind of feels bad to have the player be stolen from.
Yeah. We'll take a shortcut through the Turtle Village. Yeah, and talking about rewards, you know, especially in things that transfer between levels, it's probably a bad idea to, I don't know, instigate it's to get the player a little bit by taking away things they've earned, so to speak. But I don't. What do I know? I'm not a game designer. No, I shouldn't say that. Oh, I just died.
We're amateur game designers.
Yeah. All right.
We have a lot to learn.
Sure.
So we play classic analysis on GameSoup.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's a lot to learn, as you say in the intro. There's quite a lot to learn. What is going on here? All right. Yeah, I can't really tell from the animations exactly what's happening with my character.
Yeah, the animations are not too great. The dwarfs are a little bit better.
You can sort of tell this was early on in the days of Brawlers.
Yeah, very early.
It does seem kind of... It feels primitive, control-wise. It definitely looks primitive with the animations.
Also, if you play the game for a while, you'll notice the character balance is that your character, I think, is fast. The warrior, the guy, he is slow but powerful, and the dwarf is fast and powerful.
Really?
Yeah. So there's not very good character balance. You pretty much just have to play as the dwarf if you want. If you want to be the best guy.
Yeah. Well, I was going to be the best guy.
Oh, I just used my magic by mistake. It's
killed my dragon.
I think I did. No, I didn't.
Oh. You just shut it.
My magic has just disappeared off the top of my screen. I think I just used it. Maybe you can only use it once.
Once ever?
Yeah, maybe. Or once per level, maybe? Oh no, it just appeared. So the magic meter just disappears entirely if you don't have any magic at all. So it's best. It would probably be best to just show it as those red squares with no potion in there, just so you.
Yeah. So you always.
So you can always tell how much you have if it just doesn't show anything at all. It's kind of weird.
I wonder why that was a choice that was made.
I think it implies that you used it all up.
I guess. I mean, there was a much easier way to show without taking away that bar entirely. You know?
Yeah.
What? How come all the characters are barely dressed? Even that skeleton. At least there's some sort of, like you can ride monsters here. There's some variety. There's no weapons, I guess, other than the ones that you start with, right?
Yeah, that's kind of a thing in Golden Axe, was that you could ride these enemies or ride these animals.
I see. I guess other than that, I mean, I'm assuming other than that there wasn't much.
So we have our potion stolen. Oh, we didn't even get to see your ultimate. Oh no, they only stole mine.
Wait, can I use my ultimate? I'm using it, but nothing's happening.
Yeah, don't use it.
I can't. That is for you.
Let's see what your ultimate is.
I can't. I'm pressing A.
I mean, let's see what it is when we get to the next level, because you just got it. It's got to be awesome.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then we'll call it.
I hope so. I hope it's awesome.
Because this has gone on long enough, I think.
I've seen plenty. I
think we've seen more than enough Golden Axe for one lifetime.
Although, I gotta admit, this part here with the that little treasure goblin, that's actually kind of fun. It's like a little mini game.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Mario 2, when you had the slot machines in between each level. It's a nice way to break up the monotony of just running left to right and smashing things.
And this is kind of neat, the storytelling here.
Yeah.
That they draw a little thing on the map.
There seems to be more storytelling here than I see in most Brawlers. I mean, not that I've played most Brawlers, but you know what I mean.
Alright, hit that magic. Yeah.
Whoa.
I think that's the ultimate attack in the game, actually.
I feel like I wasted it.
It just clears the board.
Oh man, that really takes... Sucker. Can you jump off this thing?
I'm not sure. Did you press up and jump? Yeah, probably not then.
I wanted to give it to you.
I'll just get this treasure goblin with my attack.
Nice.
Did he drop it? Is he gonna drop? Yeah, he does. He drops one. So I just paid like...
Drop one?
Yeah.
You killed him!
I kicked him off the side of the bridge. What a moron.
Golden Axe. Well, I gotta say, I'm not, I don't regret not playing this when I was younger.
Yeah, I played probably too much of it.
I think if you want to play a great brawler out of the three we played, then the Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist, is gonna be the way to go. If you like fast combat.
I would go Streets of Rage 2.
Oops.
But both are great games.
Yeah, really.
And this is a game that did not age well.
This is a game that's...
For a lot of reasons.
Yeah, if you like seeing the history of a genre, the history of brawlers, I guess this is a good place to start. Maybe? If you want to see how it evolved, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like how Mario's the start of the modern platform.
I mean, brawlers don't take a long time to play, or especially if you just try them out. If you just play a couple levels to try them out and see how it went. You could go through the entire history of brawlers in a couple of days, probably. Like a weekend.
Yeah, they're not that popular now, so there's not that many. You can get through them in a short amount of time.
Yeah, at least the classics you could probably play through in a weekend.
Alright, well let's call it for now.
See another awesome ability.
Oh,
it kind of does the same thing. It kills everybody on the screen, just like the dragon.
Oh, they didn't die.
Oh no,
though.
it didn't kill everybody.
Oh. Dragon's fire is stronger than my fire. Alright, well thanks for joining us on this episode of Genesis Classic Analysis.